This evening, we're learning more about the Fordyce mass shooting. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Sarah Horbacewicz. We'll begin with updates in the developing news that we've been following since Friday afternoon when a gunman opened fire at a Fordyce grocery store, killing 4 people and hurting several others. Less than an hour ago, Arkansas State Police updated the number of people hurt in that shooting. We can now confirm that 12 civilians were shot on Friday. 4 of them were killed. Of the other 8 who were hurt, 5 remain in the hospital tonight. 1 of them is still in critical condition. State police also shared the names of 2 officers who suffered gun-related injuries while responding. They're Jacob Murray with the Fordyce Police Department and Dallas County Sheriff's Office, and James Johnson with the Fordyce Police Department. Both were treated and released from the hospital. These new details come just hours after state police held a press conference sharing new information about the suspect, police response, and the victims. THV 11's Rebecca Brown attended that update today, and she joins us now in Fordyce with what we've learned. Rebecca?
Good evening, Sarah. As you know, this community and the people of Arkansas have had a lot of questions about Friday's deadly shooting at the Mad Butcher grocery store here in Fordyce. The biggest one remaining is the suspected shooter's motive. In a press conference at Arkansas State Police, they say they're still working to determine why Travis Posey opened fire at the store, killing 4 people and hurting several others. Here's what we did learn. Investigators say Posey was the only shooter. He was carrying 2 weapons, a shotgun and a pistol, as well as several rounds of ammunition. And while they're still uncertain about a motive, they say Posey had no personal connection to any of his victims. We also don't know much about Posey's criminal history or where he got his weapon. Colonel Mike Hager with Arkansas State Police tell us getting those answers is a priority.
Right now our priorities are twofold. The first being the successful prosecution of the suspect and making sure he's held accountable for his despicable actions. The second is to ensure the community of Fordyce and the citizens of Dallas County receive the support and prayers that they so desperately need. Please understand that there may be some information we cannot release at this time because we want to protect the integrity of the investigation.
Colonel Hager went on to say that 5 out of 8 victims that are hurt are still in the hospital, with 1 still in critical condition. We also learned about the heroic actions of law enforcement officers and one of the victims, Callie Weems. And later on tonight here in Fordyce, the community will come together for a candlelight prayer visual to pay their respect to those affected by this tragedy. Live in Fordyce, Rebecca Brown, THV 11 News.
All right, thank you, Rebecca. Now, as she mentioned, one of the victims, Callie Weems, did what she could to save the lives of others that day. The 23-year-old mother was a nurse at Dallas County Medical Center. State troopers say instead of running away, she stopped and started giving aid to another victim. That's when she was shot. Colonel Mike Hager called it one of the most selfless acts he's ever seen. We spoke to Callie's family yesterday, and they told us they've known the suspect since he was young.
My question is, why did you go after my daughter that you've seen, you know she's got a bright future, you know she's got a newborn baby. Why did you choose to go after her?
We're going to hear more from Callie's family tonight at 10. And with that, we can now confirm a total of 4 victims have died since Friday's shooting. Those people are identified as 62-year-old Shirley Taylor, 23-year-old Callie Weems, 50-year-old Roy Sturgis, and the most recent being 81-year-old Ellen Schrum. You can learn more about them right now on THV11.com. This remains a developing story, and we're working to stay on top of any new details as we learn them. What we know so far is that the suspect has been identified as 44-year-old Travis Posey, who's being charged with 4 counts of capital murder. A vigil is happening tonight to honor the lives lost in that shooting, and THV11's Rebecca Brown will have the latest details from that tonight at 10. To follow this story in its entirety, we have everything we know right now on THV11.com.
Now, we've seen some pop-up thunderstorms across central Arkansas today. There was a low risk chance of seeing some showers and thunderstorms developing across the northern half of the state. And if you're here in Little Rock Metro, you might have heard a few rumbles of thunder within the past hour because one of those thunderstorms did develop here. Can't really see much on a state view, but when you zoom into the metro, you can see that pop-up thunderstorm again that has moved through southern half of the city of Little Rock, now moving into Lonoke County, starting to see some activity. There's not a concern for any severe weather, but just a little bit of clouds and rain to help us try to beat the heat as best as we can. We do still have that excessive heat advisory, we have that heat advisory in effect until 9 o'clock this evening. Heat index values continue to soar between 105 and 110, and a new heat advisory has been issued for Monday, same time frame, noon to 9 p.m. Again, we're going to see heat index values or feels like temperatures anywhere from 105 to 110. You see some of those western Arkansas counties, that is an excessive heat watch, so it's looking to be a little bit hotter. But we'll talk a little bit more about what the next time you could see more or better rain coverage and when we could see some relief from this heat in that 7-day outlook.
New tonight, Little Rock police are sharing details of a shooting investigation. Moments ago, we received word that officers responded to a shots fired call just before 3 o'clock today. Police say they arrived near East 22nd Street to find a woman dead. At this moment, there is no word on the cause of her death. This is an active investigation, and we will let you know once we learn more. Over in Jacksonville, a man is now in custody connected to a shooting from earlier this month. Police have been actively searching for the red truck on your screen after an 18-year-old was shot multiple times on Cherry Street. We received word earlier today that 28-year-old Malik Roy is facing multiple charges after turning himself in. Police say the investigation is ongoing and will work to bring you any updates as they're made available. Another high-profile situation we're following involves Stacey Lee Drake, who's being extradited back to Oklahoma. Deputies with the Sequoia County Sheriff's Office transported him back to the county detention center on Friday. That's where he'll remain until his next court appearance. Getting weapons off the streets was the goal of one organization this weekend, as they offered special rewards for anyone who turned in a firearm. The Mu Beta Sigma chapter of Pi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated hosted their 5th annual Buyback Guns event. Organizers say it's been a big success each year because even if they remove one gun off the streets, it could be the difference between life and death.
When individuals bring in guns, no questions asked, we'll give them a gift card for those guns. And the intent is to take as many weapons off the street in Little Rock as we possibly can.
Anyone who participated had the option of receiving their reward on a gift card or in the form of cash. Happening right now, a festival near Central High School. Everything you need to know and its significance when THV 11 at 5:30 returns.
And that pop-up thunderstorm we just got helped cool us down a little bit, but more of that heat is coming on the way for the start of your work week, but you see some rain chances are right around the corner. We'll be talking about what you can expect right after this break.